United Airlines reportedly probing Ted Cruz leak net stars aiding storm-battered Texas. Houston mayor says Texas fallout was prevented. Schumer to storm-ravaged Texas. I hope they learned a lesson. A Texas mom recalled screaming her tragic kids' names as they burned to death in a house fire amid the widespread power outages last. Jackie Wynn's kids, Olivia, 11, Edison, 8, and Colette, 5, as well as her own mother, Lola, died early last Tuesday morning in the blaze at Wynn's Sugarland. I was just standing there screaming and screaming and screaming their names, hoping they would come out of their rooms and basically jump over so that we could get out, Wynn told CNN. I just remember feeling like it was so dark and I can still kind of hear everything crackle. La retreated to Wynn's home about 5 miles away to hunker down when the power at her own house went out. Blackouts rolled across Texas last week following the historic winter storm that sent temperatures plunging into the sink. We thought we were really lucky because we still had power until the early evening. The close-knit kin gathered around the fireplace and played card games before turning in for bed at around 9 a.m. Tucked my kids into bed and really the next thing I know I'm in the hospital, Wynn recalled. A few hours later the fireman and police officer came and said that no one else. Wynn's memory from that fateful night is spotty, but she does remember not being able to get to her children's rooms on the second floor and yelling for them as the fire raced through there. The fire department arrived around 2 a.m. and the mom of 3 had to be physically restrained from running back into the house, said Sugarland spokesman. It took more than an hour to get the blaze under control. My heart is broken, said Wynn, who suffered burns to her. I'm never going to be the same. Authorities are now working to determine the cause of the deadly inferno, but Adolf said the family had posted on social media about using the fireplace to keep. We can't say for sure that was the cause of the fire. We just don't know yet. It's possible that the investigation may never identify an exact cause. Sugarland had been without power for at least 8 hours. Wynn said she's now plowing through her grief on crisis tactical mode. I'm just really focused on all this final arrangements because this is the last sort of thing I'm going to do for my kids. She remembered her children as phenomenal, amazing, little badass humans and noted that Olivia and Colette, who went by the nickname Coco, had consecutive birthdays on March 27th and 28th. Colette is just a little firecracker and she has so much charisma, Wynn said. She also, as a 5-year-old, had that level of confidence. She was never afraid, totally unapologetic, not intimidated. Her son, Edison, was a sweet boy who was obsessed with modern art and he just had a very deep appreciation for any visual aesthetics. Wynn said, so kind and so caring and so thoughtful, you wouldn't think an 8-year-old had that. Meanwhile, La, a refugee from Vietnam, dedicated her life to her grandkids. My parents did everything for their kids, like, as immigrants, and coming to this country, and then, that love that they gave me, it was tenfold when it came to the grandkids, Wynn recalled. Wynn said her mom never stayed the night at her home, even during Hurricane Harvey, but for some reason that day she decided to come over. I just feel like she was always schlepping the kids around, too, she added, so maybe this was her last sort of thing, and you know, Ubering the kids up to heaven. A GoFundMe page has raised more than $315,000 as